Hey guys, Big Man Kaz here again, and I just wanted to come here and say, f you if you use this gun, f your mum, yeah, f your bald dad, who gives a f, and if you use this gun every f***ing game, I hope that your mum's arse hair gets pulled out like a f***ing lawnmower. If you haven't already guessed by the f***ing intro of this video, I'm going to be talking about the Diamatti. This gun, or the Beretta, or whatever you want to fucking call it, this gun is honestly a fucking joke in this game. On paper, you think it's not as good as it should be. Oh boy, well you fucking wrong, ladies and gentlemen. You were fucking wrong. This gun, right, we're going to be talking about this compared to the MAC-10, and I found some interesting stats recently by doing some digging and some research, and we're going to go over why this gun excels more than the MAC-10 that was brought in Season 1. As you'll see on your screen now, we have the stats for the Diamatti, and on paper you think, alright, for a 3-round burst weapon, it's not, you know, it's not underpowered, you don't think it's that much overpowered, but we're just going to throw up on screen the MAC-10 stats. Again, I must reiterate, these are just the base stat, this doesn't include attachments or anything, but just right off the bat, it does 3 more damage than the MAC-10. Also, it has the exact same fire rate. Again, you could argue that, but just look at the effective damage rate on that. It does more damage over range than a MAC-10. That doesn't make any sense. Like, what the f***? This other one was quite shocking to look at. It does more damage to vehicles than the MAC-10. What? Again, you can put on an attachment on both of these guns that does, what's it, plus 200 more damage to vehicles, but still, it would still be better. What? Just all around the board, the Diamatti is better than the MAC-10, and I'm starting to realise why people are using the Diamatti more than the MAC-10 in games. This is why I'm rarely seeing MAC-10s played in core game modes anymore, or even hardcore game modes. I know the MAC-10 is, at the moment, it's very overpowered in Warzone, but we're not really talking about that, we're talking about Cold War here. This game is just bringing my everlasting disappointment of what Treyarch has brought to the COD series. Like, the gun balancing in this game is heavily not fair, really. It's really it's still broken. Like, I thought spawns were bad, but when you get into the proper stats of things, guns in this game are really broken in so many areas. How is a pistol better than a submachine gun? That makes no sense. I know the gameplay you're watching is hardcore because I just play hardcore, but even in core, people are using the Diamatti so much, it's becoming annoying. Most of my deaths are coming from this pistol. They're not even using any of the guns anymore. I hardly see the XM4 used anymore. I know the FF, whatever the f it's called, the FAMAS. Let's just call it the FAMAS because that's what it is. The FAMAS is now used a lot more often. Even in Warzone, that's recently been used to death. Even I try using it in Warzone, I just can't get on with it, but I digress nevertheless. Another thing as well, I don't know whether this is a good or bad thing, but rocket launchers don't seem to kill people in one hit anymore like they did in all the previous Call of Duties. I don't understand what's up with that, but then again, am I kind of glad that that's a thing? Yeah, kind of, because dying to an RPG every 5 seconds is really flipping annoying. Unless you're playing Nuketown, then you're just getting people stare at you at spawn all day, but that's a different story for a different day. But the Diamatti honestly is so meta right now, it's ridiculous that people aren't even using a primer anymore. They're just purposely building classes around the Diamatti because it's just superior to a lot of the SMGs. Like, a lot of people were using the Bullfrog, or whatever the hell it was called, for a few days, but even now, like, even I've switched to the Diamatti because the only thing you have to do is really be accurate with it. Even the hip firing on it is ridiculously accurate. It can't be faulted in a lot of ways. The one thing that I think I want to get out of this video really is just I want Treyarch to gun balance a lot more. Like, I feel like that's really important for this next update that we're going to be getting. I want a lot of the weapons balanced. I know before I was complaining about the shotguns being too OP, and they still are, but at the same time it's not as bad as everyone like. At this point, I'm surprised not everyone in every game is just using the Diamatti. The DMRs are now becoming meta as well. Like, they are ridiculously good in this game. Even in core game modes, it's the only guns I really use is the DMR 14. Even the Type 63 is getting a lot of love recently, but again, like, a lot of people before it was the AUG, And then some people started using the M16, but really, I'm just seeing a lot of DMRs and Diamattis in a lot of games. I hardly see people seeing MAC-10s. I know in the gameplay you're seeing someone is using it, but again, it's like this gun is dominating every game mode that I'm playing. I know people wouldn't dare use this in Warzone because obviously you've got no chance. The whole point of that is to use long range. As I say, I've been using the DMR-14 in Warzone because that gun slaps. It slaps hard when you get your fucking aim on sight. It's ridiculously good. Going over a few more stats, the gun on the left, the stats even, that's the Diamatti. The one on the right is the MAC-10. Just across the board, again, with the recoil, it's just so much more superior. The only thing that's different is the idle sway control, that is literally it. Like, everything across the board, the Diamatti still beats overall. Whereas you fought a gun in Season 1, yes, it's always going to be OP and, you know, maybe the first month of its use until it gets nerfed, but Jesus Christ, how have they not made a SMG better than a pistol? That just makes no sense. Even with the attachments on, going through that in my mind, it's still better. Like, why would you not pick the Diamatti over a MAC-10 really? I'd rather level this gun, especially this gun on dual wield is ridiculous. And yes, maybe the starting ammo is better on the MAC-10 than it is the Diamatti, but people are building classes around the Diamatti that they're having perk greed on and having scavenger on with it anyway, because this is a legit run and gun class. Like, it's obviously superior. Overall, just to kind of sum all this up, the changes I think the Diamatti should have, I think the fire rate should be taken down a notch, just a little bit. I think the aim down sight time can't be changed because it's a pistol. Like, that'd just be very unrealistic if it aimed like a shotgun. That'd just be kind of stupid. But I don't know, some other things need to be changed to it. Maybe the idle sway needs to be taken up. I think also the damage over range needs to be drastically changed because of how much damage it does do over range. It does more than the MAC-10, which I know the MAC-10 has a shorter barrel on it also, and it's also a very small SMG, but I still feel like pistols shouldn't really dominate the game. It's kind of, I don't know, it's just something that we've never seen really in COD before. It's kind of silly really. Again, these are just my thoughts and opinions on the Diamatti. Like, I could be wrong. I just want to hear it down in the comments what you guys think of the gun itself, and what other guns do you think should be balanced in the game, because I feel like a lot of the guns in the game are very broken in many areas, especially the Groza. Like, I don't like the Groza at all. Like, I've avoided that gun entirely. But then again, thank you guys. If you made it this far through the video, please remember to like, give me a sub if you really enjoyed, and yeah, have a nice day, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.